Yo, what's up? Casey is Raw, Darren McCarty. Yeah, the real one. 4-time Stanley Cup champion. Standing here with my boy AJ and just saying, well, I'm just checking out your stuff. I mean, I have been a fan. You can check that out. But, wow. Bloodline storyline. What the hell is going on there? Mixology. Hopefully, Cody. Hopefully. But wouldn't it be cooler if it happened here at Ford Field for SummerSlam? That's all I got to say, boys. Anyways, getting ready for some slapstick comedy. Keep doing what you're doing. Big fan. D-Mac. AJ. No. Man, I have a lot of words right here. Yes. A lot of words. There it was. D-Mac. All right. Thanks for coming.
Welcome, guys. My name is Casey is Raw, and my co-host is AJ Raiders, and this is episode 2 of Monday Night Impact. We usually don't do Monday's shows, but if you can see our wallpaper, there's a good reason why. So, what's up, AJ?
Not much, little buddy. What are you up to?
Nothing much. I was kind of like on the fence about doing it solo and do like a recording. Then I was like, see if you guys were kind of interested to do this live now, especially it's so fresh in the mind.
It's hot right off the press, right there.
Yeah. I'm like, people's already talking about this. This is honestly the best thing about Monday Night Raw, minus the Cody Rhodes and deal. But we might have text and we might have Trekopedia here. So obviously it's a new version of the big gold belt. It's obviously, yeah. Let me bring up a picture, close-up picture. I have tons of pictures of it. Well, there we go. That's a better picture right there. I mean, gosh. At first, I was not too crazy. Yeah, it is nice. They definitely changed a lot. The only thing I would say I don't like is, obviously, I think most people don't like, is obviously the big WWE part, the globe. I wish they kind of minimize it down. But did you notice on the side of the globe there's lions?
That I didn't know. Could you zoom into that so I can actually see it? Because, like, from what I see, like, you can't even tell there's lions. Like,
no, I cannot. That's the best I can do.
Actually, I said you had a whole bunch of pictures.
Actually, there we go.
Okay, yeah. See, one side looks like there's a face on it, like a person's face, or like a goat's face, and then the other side there's a lion. So
look at that round earth, Casey. Does that make you mad?
Well, I mean, I said this like in the chat. That's just showing the one side of the flat earth. I mean,
there is no flat earth. It's fucking round.
I mean, it's round.
Jesus Christ. No, it's round. It's round. There's no flat earth. It's
round like a flat disc in space. So,
what's up?
so what's up,
buddy?
Tex? What do you think about the belt?
I dig it. It's, I'm going to go ahead and take my flowers now. Think back Mania night when we were talking. Wasn't there a certain handsome Texan fella that said, when we were talking about belt design, that they should do something very similar to this? So, you can award me now. Thank you. I will accept all accolades. But
I don't remember this conversation.
You were probably high, you stoner. So.
Dude, I haven't smoked in like 3 months. Are you kidding? Or like 2 months?
Yeah.
You could drug test me.
Yeah.
Oh, and you haven't drank in like fucking less than 2 hours or an hour, right?
My character is not in question here, sir. Yours is.
My character isn't in question.
I remember talking about something like this, like a new version of the big gold belt. I remember that.
Yes,
I remember that, but
it was like I said, I brought up something very similar to this when it was on. We were doing the Mania coverage. I don't know. I like it. It's better than
just than a giant big logo.
Well, see, I don't hate those belts. I guess I'm in the minority on that. I don't hate that design. If you look at like the new UFC belts, it fits with the modern design. I think a lot of people hate those, but they're thinking in like an old school belt mentality. It's like comparing apples to oranges. It's never going to equate. You know what I mean? But this is, here's my problem. This belt is going to be the World Heavyweight title, even though you already have a World Heavyweight title with the Universal title on the other show.
Yeah.
So, it
doesn't make sense.
Right. Thank you. That's what I'm getting at. Is
I was going to say for years, actually, they just only recognize of the WWE Championship. They don't even call it the WWE World Heavyweight title.
Go back and listen to that speech that, like I said, I didn't watch the show. I caught the clips on Twitter, but where Triple H says, this is a champion you won't have to acknowledge it. They're basically throwing Roman Reigns directly under the bus, backing over him, driving over. Just over and over again. I don't know whose decision that was. I don't know, but this is. I like the belt. I like it. It looks good for a modern design of an old. Like I said, it's got hints of the 10 pounds and big gold in there. I dig it, but I just there's too many belts, man. There's too many.
Well, I'm thinking after they're going to probably officially unify. Now, the belts are unified, they'll probably finally have one belt. It'll be the universe. Because
they're doing the draft. They're doing the draft, right? And I know USA and Fox both want a champion on TV.
Yeah.
So the only way this actually works is if you're going to have the draft, you stick with it. There's no crossover. There's no showing up on any shows. Even though Triple H said in this interview or in his speech tonight, whoever holds this belt is going to defend it wherever they want, kind of hinting at bouncing from show to show. So either you unify all three of your world titles into this one, or like you had said when we first started talking tonight, you make this specific to whichever show Roman Reigns is not on.
Oh, that's what Triple H said.
Right. But this just I don't know. This could go so many different ways. It's ridiculous right now. You know what I mean?
I was kind of shocked that they didn't just say Roman's going to be stripped of one of the titles because he's not defending them as much. So there was rumors about the world being the belt revealed tonight, and obviously it was true. But
well, let's see. I was trying to remember. okay, on the last Nitro, I know the last match was Ric Flair versus Sting, but that wasn't for the title.
No,
Booker T won. Booker T won the last
Scott. Yeah, versus Scott Steiner.
Yeah, he won that last match, right? So they've got Booker because I mean, well, you know, like I said earlier, they should have Ric Flair come out and present it. How cool would it be to have Booker T, the last recognized WCW champion of the World Heavyweight title, to come out and award this to kind of show, you know, I mean, because I mean, let's be honest, this belt has no lineage; it means nothing to anybody. It's just a shiny new toy. So to give it some sort of bloodline, even you know, a terrible pun for WWE nonsense. Have Booker T like show the clip of Booker T winning almost that title, and then have him present the new one to Cody or whoever they put it on. You know what I mean?
But Tech, you understand, this isn't fucking WCW anymore. This is WWE. The last champion that held the WC title was Jericho.
But I'm saying to create. I'm coming at this from trying to create history and lineage where there is none to make it more special. Is what I'm doing here. You know.
Yeah, well, this is WWE. They're not going to do that.
I wonder if what they're going to do is if they're stripping the World Heavyweight title part away from the WWE Championship. Because
I suspect Roman's probably going to get a new belt too if they're doing this one. I got a feeling. You know.
Well, because what I'm saying is because you had the big gold belt was the World Heavyweight title, then it was unified with the WWE title, and that's why the current WWE title says World Heavyweight Championship. So they'll probably strip the World Heavyweight title part from that, so you can have this.
They don't even have to strip it. They're like, I was thinking about this earlier while I was taking my notes. You know, obviously they want Roman to get like 1,000 days, you know, break all the records, do all the yada yada, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, there's been many custom titles in WWE, you know, Stone Cold, Bray Wyatt, you know, John Cena had the spinner, you know, whatever. There's been a lot of custom belts. So, you know, with them coming up with a new World Heavyweight title, this basically takes all pressure off of Roman Reigns ever losing that belt. Like I said, he'll probably be put into his casket with those things. So what if they did like a new custom belt in honor of the, what is he, the head of the table and whatever all his taglines are? I can't even remember. Present him with a custom belt, some sort of bloodline themed black with red trim, do something, whatever. And that's his belt. And he can be that champion for another 500 days and break all the records. Well, you've got the WWE World Heavyweight belt. You know what I mean?
He would have to go for, I think Bruno had it like for like 8 years.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think it would have to be like till 2028 or something to break all the records. But I mean, for however long he has it, if you presented him with a custom title, which, you know, would just make them even more money, you know, have his symbol in it, kind of like Stone Cold had the skull belt and the whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, once they do one, they're going to do more. They're not going to just have one new toy. They're going to make all new ones that you have to go buy for your shelf and your action figures and your, you know,
or the toy
cosplays or the toy belts. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's all about the marketing. That's how they make most of their money these days.
Oh yeah.
I like this one though. It's probably as good as it's going to get for anybody who's a fan of old school belts. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, the North American Championship from NXT looks great. I mean, that looks very old school. I mean, it has the round globe, and I kind of like that. And it's not just a giant logo. It actually has the United States and, you know, I think has, you know, Canada, America.
See, that's the one thing with this belt that I would have done. I would have had the WWE at least fit inside of the globe and not extend out of it.
I just wish that whole center was smaller because I just wanted to see more gold than
You know,
big.
The more you look at that main plate, it looks like a big nipple with a large areola around.
It's like a nipple with a nipple shield on it.
Right. It's like you blinged out. It's like a woman blinged out her nipple, like for the strip club that night or something. That's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah,
that's
and
hilarious.
You can see the side. I mean, the side plates even kind of looks like the big gold.
Does it not look kind of small to y'all? I mean, does it? I don't know, or is it? It looks small.
It does look a little small, like on TV, but I mean,
I kind of want to see it like next to like the new Intercontinental belt to see comparison of how much bigger it is. Because the main plate looks short. I don't know. Maybe if it was like,
it's definitely smaller than the big gold belt. I mean,
right?
Big gold belt. You know, if you put that on anyone else than Goldberg, and it looked big on Goldberg too, you know, when he had.
Well, there was multiple versions of that. Even, I mean, hell, even back in the WCW days, if you really look, there were times where like Kevin Nash was bringing out like a toy replica. Just because they didn't. I mean, they used multiple versions of that belt. It is what it is. Hell, but I even saw a few times Brock Lesnar with that red title. He was using a replica a few times on TV.
Well, a lot of times they switch the belt out all the time because they could sell it as TV worn. Because I hadn't physically seen it, but I seen it on YouTube where like they had the Daniel Bryan hemp belt that was worn on TV. They would sell it, and obviously it was going for thousands of dollars because it was shown on TV.
Yeah, I dig it. Like I said, it's probably as good as we're going to get for anything retro throwback. I wish it was slightly larger and the WWE logo was smaller, but they're going to plaster their logo on everything. It is what it is. So,
and this is going to be the new belt that they're going to pawn off to everyone, like who wins the World Series or the Super Bowl. They're going to get this belt now because, I mean, it's more flashy than the other two belts.
Yeah. Listen, if I had made that, I would have put it on brown leather. I think brown would make that gold pop just a little bit differently. I don't know. It would have. That's just my personal taste. But make the main plate slightly larger, and I think it would have been fine. Like that's the two corrections I guess I would make. But I dig it. It's not bad.
I wonder how long they've been sitting on this. Like, was this the reason why Cody lost at WrestleMania?
Well, doesn't that? See, I was thinking about that too. Doesn't that kind of cheapen his whole finishing the story as if, like this whole book you've been reading, right? Like, oh, I got to beat Roman. Oh, wait, I can go and just win this title and finish my story. Doesn't that kind of like, it'd be like, Luke Skywalker getting all the way to the end of Star Wars and be like, oh, I don't need to take on Vader. I'm fine. Like, does that not feel kind of eh?
Yeah, but I think there's two reasons I think they're doing this. I mean, I think one, Triple H is probably a huge fan of the big gold belt.
Well, yeah, we all. I don't know a wrestling fan that doesn't like. Even a non-WCW fan adores that belt. It's just gorgeous.
Oh yeah, I mean, screams World Championship.
Right.
But I think not only this has Triple H written all over it, I think we're kind of talking about this. I mean, there's a lot of signs that Cody's going to win this belt.
Well, think about it. I mean, he's going to earn it. He's going to do this. What has Cody been? He hasn't shut up about earning it, doing, putting in the work and blah 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 blah. They're telling you without telling you that Cody Rhodes is going to win that title right there. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. This is
I mean, right. I mean, this is his consolation prize for getting beat in WrestleMania. Is what this is.
Exactly. I was about to bring that up, but that was.
I mean, you're not quite good at. See, this is like what do they call that? It's like a compliment sandwich. It's like, oh, come back. We missed you in WWE. Oh, well, we're not going to let you beat Roman, but you can win this belt. It's like a passive aggressive kind of compliment in a way or whatever. But I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah, I'm like, if they're going to bring a belt, they should just go ahead and just officially just make those other two belts one and say just.
Well, that's what, if I were in charge of it, I would have one heavyweight belt, unify the Intercontinental and the U.S. belt, make that whatever name you want it to be. You have your men's tag and one women's belt. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Does anybody care about the women's tag? I mean,
no.
When you have to create tag teams just to fight for a tag team belt, you don't have a tag team division. You don't need it. No. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe I would meet in the middle and be like, okay, we're going to get rid of the women's tag belts and have like a mid-card title for the women or something. That I could handle. Fine, whatever.
I've been saying that because, I mean, they have more single women wrestlers.
Right. Now, if you get a bunch of women tag teams, which I think besides, what was Velvet Sky and TNA, Beautiful People, they were a real women's tag team. But other than them, I can't think of legit women's actual tag teams that weren't just slapped together or whatever. So,
the only one in recent time was the Iconics, who won.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. Everyone else has been kind of thrown together to win the tag team belts. They just did that so, they have something else for the women to have.
What's what I'm saying? Because now Roman's got 2 belts. There's this new one. So that's 3. You have Intercontinental, the United States, the men's tag, the women's World Heavyweight belt, and the women's tag. And then I guess if you count, well, I'm not going to count NXT because that's a different thing.
Yeah.
But that's 8 belts right there. I mean, good Lord, is everybody going to get one?
Well, I mean, it's not as bad as AEW. AEW has probably more belts.
I'm sure I know they have 15 or so. I mean, but between Ring of Honor and AEW, they've got plenty. It is what it is. But I don't know. I dig this belt. I like it. It's
definitely the best one they came out in years.
Like I said, with a few minor changes, I would love it. But that's just my own personal preferences. That's nothing. It is what it is. But I dig it. You know what I mean? I'm happy with this. There's enough throwback in there to make me happy. You know what
I mean? Who brought it up about in the shop saying that they had?
I did. I saw it. I saw a tweet because I was clicking on a bunch of WWE belt clips, whatever, and I clicked on one thinking it was just an image, but then it took me to WWE shop, and I'm like, oh, you can just go ahead and buy it right now, $500. Here you go. Already got it for sale. You know what I mean? So
actually, it's only on pre-order. You won't get it until October, apparently.
Right. But they've at least got the link up to buy one. You know what I mean? So, I mean, kudos. I mean, we do live in a capitalistic, society. So kudos for raking in that, money. I can't hate him for it. So
I've heard it's pretty badass. What do you think, AJ?
is it muted?
I was waiting to be able to talk, but no, it's all right. It's all right. I don't know. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, I like it. It's not a big deal. Go continue. I'm just looking at shit. Don't mind me.
Well, they were honestly thinking about getting a belt. There was rumors of a belt being made. I seen this one right here. Honestly, it's a new version of the Wing Eagle belt. So
that's all right. That's okay, I guess.
I mean, I like it, but I'm going to like. At first, I wasn't. When I saw the big giant WWE Globe logo, I was a little turned off on it because I'm sick of seeing the giant WWE logo. But
it does look like it looked like I said. I think if that WWE was strictly within that globe, it would look better. But it's like they were playing. It's like they were playing in Photoshop and they didn't size it down quite enough, and it was too late, and they just had to go with it.
Like, if let's say they put it like down to like maybe 2, maybe 3 inches, 3 by 3 inches.
Just make it whatever size diameter that dome is. Make it that size, and you'd be fine.
I just think it's way too big in the middle. And I guarantee you that's everyone's complaint right there. And the other one, honestly, instead of having the nameplate, they have to have those side plates.
I like the side plate idea. I'm a fan of that. It's a way to show like who your champion is without changing the integrity of like the face of it. I dig that.
I'm kind of old school. I like just having the nameplate because, like, when like some of my other belts I have, I prefer having the generic version of the side plates because I don't want like. What about if it's a wrestler I don't like? Like, then I'll have to order.
Well, I was gonna say that's where that capitalism comes into play, and you got to pay another however much to buy side plates for your favorite guy,
or just get the generic side plates.
Oh yeah, man, I don't know. I dig it. Like I said, I think the main plate needs to be a bit taller, and it would be really good. Right. I don't know. I dig
it. I kind of like it's not just scrolls all over the place. That there's actually lines on the sides. Like, I thought at first they were horses. I was like, okay, that's interesting. Then when I was having my Beavis and Butthead video going on, Big T told me he follows lions. Now I got a closer look. It's like, you're right. They are lions.
I need to see it. I need to see somebody holding it to kind of more judge it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think when on TV it's a lot smaller, but I guarantee if someone wears it, it's going to be a little bit bigger. But it's definitely, obviously, a lot smaller than Big Gold.
Now, do you think they're because let's say it was the undisputed title that Brock Lesnar and Hulk Hogan and all them had. You remember that belt?
Yeah.
there were multiple different sized versions of that belt.
Was there?
Yes, I remember. Oh, I forget who it was that had it, but they said that they had carried the one that Brock had, and it looked huge on them, so they had a smaller version. And I think Hulk Hogan's was a bit larger as well. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look, but there was multiple sizes that was actually carried on television with that belt. So maybe they do something like that with this too. I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you don't want the belt to look too small. I mean, it's okay if it looks big. Like, that's why everyone loved the big gold belt. It was how huge it was. But
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I need to see show me Rey Mysterio and Brock Lesnar holding it for comparison size, just so I can kind of give me Rey Mysterio, either Cody Rhodes or Seth Rollins or Brock Lesnar, all three holding that belt, so we can kind of get a comparison.
It's kind of funny. They call it the World Heavyweight title, but the word heavyweight's not on there. It just says World Champion.
Oh, yeah. I'll be big. Yeah. Huh.
I mean, first company started doing that was AEW because they obviously have way smaller wrestlers. So they don't. Sometimes they'll call it the heavyweight title, but they try to more likely to call it World Championship because honestly nowadays the champions are a lot smaller than back in the past, back in the 80s and 90s. Like everyone, like Rey Mysterio was a world heavyweight champion at one point. Like, he's definitely.
Hang on, wait. Their other world heavyweight champion, it says heavyweight on the belt, right?
On the big gold belt, yes.
No. The one that Roman Reigns has.
Yes. The Universal title just says Universal Championship.
Right, but the other one says heavyweight on it.
Yeah, that one says WWE World Heavyweight Champion because they unified big gold belt with that title.
Right.
Oh, I mean, they unified it with the previous one to where it became the WWE title we know as today.
So maybe that's why they didn't put heavyweight on.
I don't know, but I'm a fan of it. I think this is one of their best belts they have out since the North American Championship.
I saw a reply when WWE had posted this on Twitter. Somebody had posted yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw that in Community Creations already, and people were kind of commenting off of it. So this may be something that they've been sitting on for a while, and they just secretly put it into their game, just so it's already in there or something.
Doing chocolate. I mean, shit. It looks like one of those things that someone made on the creative belt. That's what it looks like. It definitely looks like
I'll be right back. I got a mute for that. Y'all do your thing.
Well, I know one thing we're not going to stay on too much longer, but AJ, do you think it's going to be Cody, or who you think's going to win this belt?
I think Cody's going to win the belt.
Well, I mean, you guys, yeah, I hear you. I think one of you guys brought up about because the Clash of the Champions. Like, there's so many WCW reference, and now with this, it's kind of making it more obvious it's going to be him.
Oh, no shit. I mean, think about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking this belt is probably going to stay on Raw while the other belts will be on SmackDown.
Yeah, it could be.
But that's pretty much it. I mean, I just wanted to sit and talk to you guys with this. I figured we couldn't wait until Nitro.
Right.
I mean, I can't wait to find out who's fighting for this belt.
Well, we'll find out. Night of Champions.
I'm wondering, I guess I'll bet money there's probably, I guess, a tournament. I hate when they do it like a battle royal.
That's what I was going to say was, what if they did a tournament for it? That, do a... Aren't they doing King of the Ring? I thought I saw that.
They changed the name of the Saudi show from King and Queen of the Ring to Clash of the Champions. Because it just happens that day is the 1,000th day of Roman reign.
It would make sense if, okay, I think we can all, agree Cody's probably getting that thing, especially with the way Triple H talked in his little speech here tonight. It would make, so, you have Cody Rhodes beat Brock Lesnar at one of their next show, Backlash, yeah. You have him do that, then announce a tournament for this belt, do a King of the Ring style tournament, have 4 or 5 matches, or like qualifying rounds, all in one night. And, obviously they want to make Cody earn it, right? That's the whole thing. Yeah. Hard times, earn it. Hard times make, I used to love that Hard Times promo, but I'm sick of it now. It's old. But, you have Cody run the gauntlet, finish it off with, I don't know, maybe Cody versus Seth, since there's a history between those two, between the matches and everything else. And have a big hard fought battle and Cody goes over, la-di-da, whatever. Yeah. That would be, yes, it would feel kind of cheap because, like I said, we're going to let you win a title, but you can't beat Roman for one. It's a consolation prize. But you're still the world champion. Have him defend it more than Roman or Brock did.
Oh yeah, he'll be more active than Roman. Roman's pretty much on part-time status now. So.
Well, not just there is one thing that they now have to keep into consideration is, don't let this become the working man's world champion. We're like, this one gets pimped out more often. The real one is with Roman, because now that you've had another one enter the chat, that can become a possibility. You know what I mean?
I don't think that would be a bad thing, though. Like when John Cena was doing the United States Open Challenge, I like that. Because it made the United States belt mean something, that people are going for it. So I wouldn't mind if this is defended every once in a while, like on a Raw. I mean, it'll definitely be defended on every pay-per-view, though.
Oh, you would have to. I don't know. Okay, well, let's kind of take Cody out of the equation. Let's say he doesn't win it. Who would you go
with? That's a good question. Seth Rollins is a big pick. I don't know. There's rumors of LA Knight might win the Money in the Bank. But
I'm not so sure about it. Let's not forget, he just jumped out to Bray Wyatt not too long ago.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I think series contenders would be like a Seth Rollins, maybe a Drew McIntyre, a Bobby Lashley.
yeah,
So, but
Ian Sheamus.
I think Cody's the obvious answer. I mean, I think it's too much. I mean, I know that's cliche, but with that promo that he cut, I mean, good God, he might. I tell you what, they should have did. They should have pulled what Eric Bischoff did whenever he handed the old big gold to Triple H. They should have just handed it to Cody Rhodes because that's what's going to happen.
No, I don't see when Bischoff did that with Triple H. I mean, Triple H was already multi-world champion by then. So, I mean, and people weren't happy about that, but I was okay because, like I said, he was a multi-time world champion. I'm like, he's already got credibility.
Fuck it, just give the title to Omos. Could you imagine Omos with that title? Oh my God, that'd be great. Oh no, give it to Logan Paul. That would make. There we go.
If they give it to Omos, then what's the whole fucking point? Like, that guy would be.
Could you imagine? Oh my God! No, I've got the perfect idea. They give playing off of TSS's here. They give it to Omos, right? Lesnar comes back out for a rematch, beats him in 5 minutes. You make Brock that champion, and then he disappears for 9 more months. So you have 2 different world champions, and neither of them are on TV. That's what needs to happen. That would be freaking hilarious.
You know, Brock will probably win this belt eventually. They need him to have. Of course,
yeah. I mean, now they get to have Brock Lesnar as a champion, and he didn't have to be Roman for it.
Yeah. So, and that's another guy, but he's honestly a part-timer, and he's doing more shows than he used to, but he might hold it, but it won't. He'll hold it for like 6 months, and he'll give it up.
Yeah, I don't care anymore. I got really into the whole finishing the story at WrestleMania. And whenever it didn't happen, I kind of mentally checked out. And I'll be honest with you, I really don't care. They wasted their moment. They had the opportunity. They didn't pull the trigger.
Well, they got
They should have. They did. I'm mentally, I don't care. That's why I say, even if Cody does win this, it's like, like I said, we're going to give you a belt, but not the real one, champ. Here you go. Here's your participation trophy. And I think a lot of people are going to look at that belt that way because, Roman, big dog Roman over there, he's got the real one. This is the new toy that they created to do the Cody thing or the whatever. I don't know.
The longer I stare at it, it's starting to look more and more like the TNA world belt that they first made after they dropped the NWA belt. Like,
oh yeah. Well, that belt was a knockoff of Big Gold too, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it had more like winged eagles all over the place on it, though, too.
Yeah, but I mean more like the shape of it more than anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just starting to look like that to me, but I think it's a good-looking belt, and hopefully Cody wins it. So
I could see that. I think that's the ultimate result. I don't know. Is there anything else that happened on Raw I didn't watch? Was there anything?
No, not really. I couldn't wait.
Of no.
Raw sucked, asshole, like usual.
Oh, yeah, sucked asshole. That's the Casey's Raw review. Sorry, no, I'm still doing freaking NFL draft freaking studies and homework. I'm neck deep in freaking paperwork over here. I'm at this point, I feel like I work for ESPN or something. It's freaking ridiculous. I'm writing down who's projected to go where and what if, a lot of what ifs. Probably 90% of this is going to be for not. So
Well,
I was busy doing other things.
I know you and AJ were talking about the draft. You guys want to talk about that for a minute?
Sure. I mean, whatever AJ wants to do is fine with me. Like I said, it can be kind of a little prelude to the actual draft night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this could be like you said, pre.
I know Casey, you don't really watch football, especially the draft or whatever. But I know AJ. I mean, you're pretty hardcore about your boy getting drafted. I mean, what do you like? What do you realistically look at his situation here? I mean, you know as much about it as anybody else. You know what I mean?
I mean, how can you not fucking draft somebody that went back-to-back national titles? When was the last time fucking... I mean, think about it. Who fucking did fucking Bryce Young? How many national titles has he won? What, maybe one? That Alabama claims with him? How many has fucking CJ Stroud won? Fucking what, one? Okay, Stetson Bennett should be fucking way fucking higher in the fucking food chain than these two fucking lame duck fucking quarterbacks. It's all hype. And you know what is funny is? People said that fucking not Russell Wilson, but fucking who's the dumbass fucking quarterback that the Raiders drafted? Fucking lazy ass from LSU. I forgot it. Jamarcus Russell. His fucking dumbass didn't do jack shit. And he fucking won a national title with LSU. So
there's something you have to keep in mind though. Yes, Stittenberg has won 2 Heismans. He
hasn't won any Heisman. He's won 2 natties. That's different.
Not Heisman, but national titles. The NFL game is different from the college game, though. They're both football, but just because, I mean, hell, how many Heisman winners never went to anything in the pros? You know what I mean? The Heisman is great, but it's like, okay, but what can you do here?
I mean, hell, honestly, look at fucking the Heisman this year. They'll fucking CJ Stroud didn't win it, and neither did fucking Bryce Young, if I'm correct.
Right. No, the quarterback
was that Cam Rising, right?
I can't remember. He was a USC quarterback. Honestly, I think the 2 best quarterbacks in this draft are Bryce Young and Stroud. I think.
But what have they won? Fucking Stroud got beat by fucking Michigan. Guess who beat Michigan? The Dogs did. Stetson Bennett did.
Right.
Who fucking beat Ohio State?
But they're not drafting. They're not drafting whole teams, though. They're drafting individual players.
Right. But what I'm talking about, people don't understand. Stetson Bennett isn't just a fucking mobile. He's not just a fucking pocket quarterback. He can run. Literally, if anybody knows Georgia football like I do, and you've watched him fucking the last 2 years he's been here, he can run the ball. He can throw the ball. He can fucking make big plays. Hell, look what he did on fucking TCU. He literally ran the ball on fucking TCU all fucking game. If I remember, 65-7, fucking that says something. Not to mention that fucking defense. But we're not talking about the defense. We're talking about Stetson Bennett. Literally had a fucking walk-off fucking touchdown, and the whole team celebrated him. Everybody in the fucking crowd in the stadium did too. So how is he not fucking drafted in the first?
Like I said, when it comes to Bennett, he has many accomplishments. I mean, you can't take that away from him. But he has problems as well. The dude's 25 years old already. That's old for a rookie. 2, in January he had gotten arrested here in Dallas, so he's got off the field issues as well.
Wow. Right. No. I want to answer TSS's question. Okay, yeah, AJ McLaren, but did he win fucking back-to-back, though? Just because you win 2 national titles, that's not back-to-back.
Yeah, but he didn't win it by himself, though.
That elite defense, that Georgia defense. Literally, you have Kirby Smart as the fucking head coach and defensive coordinator. And fucking, I mean, come on, just look at it from top to bottom, both fucking years, 2021 and 2022 when they won it. Because you can't count 2023 because they don't count it as that. But it's complicated. But still, you don't get a caliber quarterback like that literally has done it all. I don't see why people are saying, "Oh, he's a fucking 5th or 6th round draft pick." Okay, yeah, people can keep saying that shit, but fucking
You realize how many
Tom
quarterbacks
Brady,
are in
look
this
at
year's
him.
draft, right?
Right, but look at Tom Brady. I mean, fucking besides the cheating scandals and shit, I mean, he was what? He was round 6, pick 199, right? So, okay, how is it that this motherfucker is so fucking underrated coming out of Michigan and then goes and wins 7 fucking Super Bowls? And people fucking did give him a chance.
There's been many of college quarterbacks that looked like the second coming of, the just greatest quarterback of all time. I mean, let's not forget somebody like RG3. He won the Heisman. He comes into the league. He does nothing. He gets exposed and he gets beaten. What was the guy that came out of Texas? I can't remember his name now. The black dude that was a quarterback. I can't remember. But there's been a multitude. I mean, even my own Johnny Manziel from my Aggies, he won the Heisman. He was, projected to be this big thing in football. And guess what? He flaked out and went to go play Canadian football. He couldn't cut it either. Stenton Barrett, yes, he's been part of 2 national winning championship teams. But neither of those seasons did he even win the Heisman. When you take into account the issues and the problems that he has, and I'm not saying he doesn't have problems that somebody else doesn't have, but when there's 10 to 12, maybe even more good quarterbacks that are in the draft, he was unlucky enough to come out in a year where there was more quarterbacks than usual. If this was last year where there wasn't as many, he'd go higher. But, I mean, there's a realistic shot that he doesn't even get drafted this year.
Well, hell, look at fucking the Eagles last year when they drafted Jordan Davis and fucking Nakobe Dean. Yeah, that's his name. Nakobe Dean from Georgia. Look how good they got. Look how good they got. And they went to the Super Bowl. Did they lose? Yes, but still, they went to the Super Bowl. They literally had one of the best fucking defensive tackles in Jordan Davis and a fucking rush stuffer because he's so big. And then you had Nakobe Dean as a fucking great wide receiver. Seriously, like people, and there are more dogs that are now being in this draft. And then next year's draft, you got Brock fucking Bowers. Where people are going to say Brock Bowers isn't any good? The dude fucking beat the living shit out of TCU.
Nobody's saying that Bennett's not good. He's a quality quarterback. I mean, you don't lead a team to 2 national titles without being good. That's not in question. But
oh yeah. Not to mention that so many people were talking shit about him, saying that JT Daniels was so fucking good, and JT Daniels is gonna fucking lead the Dogs to 2 national titles. Where the fuck is JT Daniels at? He's at a fucking scrub college in somewhere in fucking middle America that hasn't done jack shit. But yet Stetson Bennett's riding on 2 nationals. So what?
See what Georgia? I mean, Georgia, especially this past season,
we went undefeated.
That's not what I'm talking about. I firmly believe that if you plucked Bennett from that and put another quarterback that was good, you would have gotten the same result with as good as that team was. And
you could debate that about Tom Brady too, but look at him. He's got 7.
Great. That's great for Georgia at a collegiate level, but that's bad for Stetson Bennett because he's going to be put in that column of what Troy Aikman was. Oh, well, anybody could have won with that team. That's what's being said about him now, because the same thing was said about Troy Aikman with his 90s Cowboys. I mean, people still talk about that when they talk about Aikman today. So this is the thing. If, Bennett, I mean, we'll see. I mean, he's nothing that he does is spectacular. I mean, I know he's being projected around the 5th round right now, which I think is probably accurate. And I know he's your boy and you're passionate about it. I get it. I mean, my boy, Kane from Texas A&M, running back. He's looking at like third round, which I hope he gets a Cowboy jersey. I mean, if he can go from my Aggies to my Cowboys, that'd be tremendous. Devin Akeem's a hell of a running back, but he's not a first round.
Right, but what I'm saying is when you're talking about that, but look at those two teams, the teams in general. Texas A&M, trash team. Fucking Georgia, the top of the fucking mountain. Hasn't been the top of the mountain since 1980, and now finally back on top. So literally, let's see here. And then now, fucking, we already got the new fucking quarterback in Carson Beck, which is fucking, guess who we learned underneath? Stetson Bennett. So think about that. Georgia's just going to keep fucking
don't forget,
hair.
Before Stetson Bennett won those 2 national titles, he was holding a clipboard on the side of the field, too. You know,
well, no, he left Georgia, actually. He left Georgia to go to South Georgia and do a fucking a middle college or a fucking less than college or whatever to prove that fucking, not to mention he was a walk-on Tex. He didn't get a fucking scholarship. That's what people don't fucking understand.
I could very easily see Stroud and Bryce Young, being the top 2 picks of this draft.
And watch them be bust.
With Carolina and Houston. Well, that's very possible. But see, here's the thing. Go back to, like I said, a Vince Young, a Johnny Manziel, and RG3. And, of course, I'm bringing up Texas quarterbacks because those are the ones I know the best. You know, they were just as talented in the NFL as they were in college, but they got drafted to piss-poor teams. So a lot of it comes down to luck. You know, it may be a blessing if Stetson Bennett were to be drafted later on, because he might get picked up by a good team. Well, like I brought up earlier, let's say Stetson Bennett were to get drafted by the Chiefs, right? And I know that, well, hang on, just listen. I know you're a Raiders fan, but just listen. Let's say he were to get drafted by the Chiefs, and he sits under Andy Reid's tutelage for 2 or 3 years. He sits behind Patrick Mahomes, right? He learns, he grows. How much better off would he be once he finally, let's say he gets traded to whoever, to the Raiders, let's say, and he's been sitting under Andy Reid for 2 years, and he doesn't get drafted number 1 to Carolina and has to suck. He got drafted to a Super Bowl winning team, and now he's better off for it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that. I can't see it.
I mean, would you rather have him starting for a bad team or sitting on the bench for a good team getting better? Because I'd rather be on the better team.
I like I already said, I already made my stance of the 4 teams he needs to play for. I'm not going anywhere else on that.
I mean, what sucks is how good he is. A lot of times he's going to show up on a horrible team, and that's what's quarterbacks.
Look at Stafford. Stafford played for Georgia. Look how many fucking years he played it for Detroit, and then finally, once he left fucking Detroit, he went to LA. He won a fucking Super Bowl. But how many games did he win for him, though? Think about that. Detroit did get turned around when Stafford played with him. Same with Calvin Johnson. It's the fucking franchises that don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's what kills fucking careers. Hell's fucking Megatron literally had to retire early.
That's the point I was making. That's literally the point I was making.
Barry Sanders. Think about that. Barry Sanders. Fucking he had to retire.
So wouldn't you, being a Bennett fan, wouldn't you be happier him going later on to a better team than drafting and being the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns or somebody?
I wouldn't mind that. That's fine. Whatever. As long as it's not the fucking Queefs or the Cowgirls, I could care less.
I mean, if
I think I'd have to kill myself if he was in the Chiefs jersey.
Hey, you know what?
A good team, and
I'd rather him go back to Atlanta. If that's the case, take him to fucking Georgia, where he's from. Have him be the Atlanta quarterback, or like I said, fucking the Raiders, the Lions, the fucking Saints. He can learn behind Derek Carr. Why not? Derek Carr is not what people think he's a trash quarterback. It's the fucking Raiders fucking franchise. People don't fucking understand that.
Yeah, but the Saints ain't no better than the Raiders are.
I guarantee you, if fucking like how Stafford did with the Lions to the LA Rams, and he goes and wins a Super Bowl, it's because the fucking Raiders were a fucking shitty ass team. It's
The
not
Saints
Derek
ain't
Carr.
getting the only way the Saints are going to the Super Bowl is if they buy a ticket. They ain't nowhere near that.
Don't say that. I mean, literally,
They didn't even have a
know.
winning record this past season.
Yeah, but they got new players. If you haven't been paying attention, they have new
I'm
players.
very much paid attention.
Waller, Darren Waller, he's supposed to be getting. Actually, Josh Jacobs got traded to fucking the Saints. I heard Darren Waller is making a double trade.
Do you think the Saints can beat the Eagles?
They did before.
There's no way the Saints have a
Any
shot
given
in hell.
Sunday.
The Eagles are playing on it. And I mean, this is me being a Cowboy fan. I don't like giving the Eagles any credit whatsoever. The Saints ain't getting nowhere near a Super Bowl. So even if, let's say, Derek Carr is just let's say he pulls a Drew Brees when he went to New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
They don't have the team built around him right now to win a Super Bowl. There ain't no way.
I mean, I'm not a Saints fan as a whole, but like I'm gonna be cheering on Derek Carr and the Saints to do something this year, yeah, because I like Derek Carr. I was pissed when he left the Raiders. That doesn't make me less than a Raiders fan. It's just I've watched his whole career, so what the fuck is the point?
I think the same teams that you had in the NFC that were really good this year are going to be the same ones. It's going to be the Eagles, Niners, and to a lesser extent the Cowboys. Cowboys will make the playoffs, probably a wild card spot, and they'll be kicked out in the first or second round, as we normally do.
I think Derek Carr. I think the Lions could do something. Don't underestimate the Lions, man. People sit back and want to fucking point and fucking laugh at them, but they've got a fucking good team.
Is it possible? Sure, but I don't. The Lions aren't. The Lions ain't going to beat the Eagles in the playoffs either.
Yeah, but this ain't the same old Lions that fucking people think, man. This is not.
No, I'm talking about the Lions of this previous season. Yes, I watched their game, but like I said, I know what I'm talking about. But like I said, as much as I hate to say it, it makes me want to vomit. The Eagles are probably going to win the Super Bowl this year, and I don't want to say that.
Guarantee nothing.
Well, of course not. We got nothing to do with it. We're just bullshit.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I mean, when it comes to Bennett being drafted, I see him like he's got too many issues. He's got too many things working against him, whether they're his fault or not.
Okay, so what about fucking Jalen Carter? People keep fucking saying he's gonna be drafted in the top fucking 10, but look at him. They're fucking look all the stink that's on him with the fucking killing his friend in the drag racing. I mean, he's still gonna get projected to there. What's the difference? And not to mention he failed his fucking Georgia day, fucking being like 50 pounds overweight and shit. He couldn't breathe or finish his fucking walkthrough. I mean, I don't see why.
If Bennett had won the Heisman, I think your argument's a lot stronger. But the fact that he was the leader of that team and he didn't win it, I think that hurts him tremendously.
I really could care less about the Heisman. It's all about the national titles.
Well,
and going undefeated.
Well, no, you should care about the Heisman if you're a college fan because that's the next best.
Okay, but think about it this way. Charles Woodson, he played at Michigan, won the Heisman, right? He got drafted to the Raiders in 1998. That's when I started watching the Raiders. Okay, tell me why that he never won he never won a fucking Super Bowl with the Raiders, but yet he gets traded to Green Bay and wins a Super Bowl, and then comes back to the Raiders and the finish of his career didn't win a Super Bowl. Broke his ankle, no less, in Super Bowl 37.
Okay,
so
I don't understand what you're trying to get at here.
What I'm saying is people sit there and say that fucking Charles Woodson's so fucking good, but yet he didn't do shit for the Raiders, but yet got traded to the fucking Packers and won a Super Bowl with the Packers. And Aaron Rodgers.
Look at the team that he had around him.
He had a shit ton of good players on the Raiders in 2003. Literally. It's fucking not to mention that he got like sabotaged. That whole team got sabotaged because you're playing against
there's something
John
to
Gruden.
be said for there's something to be said for chemistry. Sometimes chemistry is just not. It doesn't work out well. Some players just don't work good in certain systems. I mean, Woodson, he may have. This, I don't know the defensive system that they ran on that team because it's the Raiders. It is what it is. But he may not have been a good fit for that system. But guess what? He was a good fit for the Green Bay defensive package. I mean, plus, Brett Favre. I mean, come on.
That wasn't Brett Favre that won it with him. It was Aaron Rodgers.
Or Aaron Rodgers. You get my point. He was plugged into a different system, and he fit. As far as Bennett goes, yeah, like I said, I know you're passionate.
I say don't sleep on him. That's all I'm saying. Don't sleep on him because you do. He's gonna fucking show
I don't think anybody's sleeping on him. I think I think he's being accurately measured. And yeah, you can use the Tom Brady, example, but you can use that for anybody.
Yeah, but back again, how people kept saying that Bennett's short? Guess who's taller between Stetson Bennett and fucking Bryce Young? Oh, I forgot. That's Stetson Bennett. Bryce Young's fucking shorter than him. So you tell me how that works out. I think people are fucking dick riding these two fucking jackasses that haven't won jack shit in the last, since COVID in fucking 2019? So, I mean, let's be fucking real. Come on.
There's one thing that you're not taking into account here. The Alabama system, and like I said, me as an Aggie fan, I hate to give them any credit whatsoever. The Alabama system is much more of a pro-style system than even Georgia has. And Georgia,
look how many people from Alabama got fucking thrown in jail. Fucking, I can mention a lot of Raider fans, Raider players that fucking came from Alabama. They fucking are gone. They're all bust. All bust. Alabama is a fucking shit show. I don't care what people say. We beat them in the national title game. They're a shit show.
But guess what? You may have beaten them this year.
No, last year.
Last year, whatever. But they've won a lot more than they've won a lot more than Georgia has, and they have a proven system of pumping talent that has a direct effect in the NFL.
At least my coach doesn't have to come on at halftime crying and making a statement that they want Alabama to be in the playoffs. Oh, Alabama needs to be in the playoffs. No, fuck Alabama.
I'm not saying I hate Nick Saban as much as the next guy, but that Alabama system is proven to pump out NFL quality talent.
Okay, Georgia so what? So what? Not. When Georgia does it, fucking in a 3-peat and a 4-peat and fucking keeps going winning national titles, what are they just going to keep saying? Oh, it's fucking Alabama. No, the standard is fucking Georgia. The bar is here. They're down young. Okay.
Like I said, you have very valid points here, but the fact of the matter is, as of now, yes, Georgia's won the last 2 titles. They're the kings of the mountain, no arguments. Mm-hmm. But the Alabama system has not been knocked off yet. The way Alabama plays is a more pro-friendly style. That's why you see more people coming out of Bama into it from a Georgia or a Texas or an Oklahoma or whatever. It's more friendly that way, is what I'm saying. So, I mean, we'll see. Like, this is what makes the draft fun, because there's so many. There's a reason why I'm going over so many what ifs, just to know these things. But
yeah, TSS, we know Charles Woodson went to the game. I seen it live. I was 14 years old or 15, and I watched the game live. I remember Rich Gannon threw 6 interceptions because John Gruden knew everything he was gonna run. And Charles Woodson fucking broke his ankle in the fucking first half. Literally had to be on the sideline for the whole game. Yes, I seen the whole game. It was a fucking rigged fucking Super Bowl. Super Bowl 37 was a sabotage.
Like I said, as far as the draft goes, like I said, I mean, I've got a short list of people who I think will be, going when, and I'll go over all that come Thursday. But I mean, as far as Bennett goes here, he would benefit. I mean, and I know as much as you don't like it, he would benefit by going to a team and sitting for a while. And even if he's just a solid backup, that's a heck of a life. You know what I mean?
Well, still, I mean, let the young buck fucking do what he can do, man. Fucking, you know, a lot of people hold these young players down and fucking make them sit and wait and shit. No, fucking let them fucking show what they can do. That's what the preseason's for.
Yeah, but
that's what.
There's sometimes that, you know, yeah, they did great in college, but when they hit the NFL, they shit.
It's a different. The NFL is a different game from college football. It is a different animal. You know this as well as I do.
Well, yeah, I know this.
I mean, okay, perfect example. And, I mean, there's a reason why I keep bringing this guy up. Troy Aikman. What did he do in his first year? He got.
I don't know. I didn't watch him then, really.
He hit the bed.
He did. People were calling for his head because it's because of Aikman. Blah 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 blah. And then look at what he became. You know, Jimmy Johnson took the approach of throw Aikman in there and let him learn the hard way. And it probably cost him a couple more years of a career from the concussions and the hits that he took, if we're being honest. Whereas, you know, if Bennett were allowed to be drafted to a team that already has a good quarterback, or even a substandard quarterback, let's say worst case scenario for you here, he gets drafted to the Cowboys. Okay, he gets drafted in the 5th round, right? In the 5th round, Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys select Stetson Bennett.
Jesus Christ, take that back right now.
You know,
that's a fucking abomination.
They've got Dak. They've got other prospects. Huh?
Are you talking about the wallpaper I got up right now?
No, we're talking about we're talking about the draft.
Like I said, let's say Bennett goes in the 5th round to Dallas, right? He gets to sit under the learning tree and see if he fits. You know, I mean, hell, let's say he goes to Kansas City. He sits under Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes for 2 or 3 years, and then Mahomes gets injured or something, right? He has to be pulled out of the game. Bennett comes in. He kills it. The next year, he gets a gigantic contract, and then guess what? He's your starter for whatever other team. You know, there's many paths here. Just him being drafted number 1 overall, number 1 is never going to happen. But, you know, what good is it for him to get drafted to the Washington Redskins? I refuse to call them the Commanders because I hate that name. You know, he gets drafted by the Redskins and he gets beat up his first season. He gets exposed in his second season. And by season 3, he's selling used cars back in Atlanta because he's not even in the league anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but what I'm saying is, like, you're throwing out these 2 teams. He could go back to Atlanta and play for the Falcons. The Falcons need a quarterback.
Well, but look what happens to a lot of these Heisman Trophy winners. They
go nowhere.
Yeah, like, look at Sam
What about
Brown.
Joe Burrow? Didn't he win a Heisman?
Yes, there are just as many Heisman winners that have succeeded that have failed. You can go either way with that analogy.
Right.
I think there's been more that failed than succeeded.
Well, my point is, if I were Bennett and I'm putting myself in his shoes, I would much rather go to a winning team and sit as the backup than be thrown out as the starter for, like I said, the Cleveland freaking Browns or the Houston Texans or God knows who else. That's career suicide. There is a mountain of amazing college quarterbacks that couldn't cut the mustard in the NFL because why? They got thrown into a system that was horrible. So, you know, maybe it's a blessing that he doesn't go the first couple 3 rounds because guess what happens? Every round of the draft that he gets knocked down, that's that much pressure off of him to succeed immediately. Because whether it's Shroud or it's Young, if they go number 1 and they don't succeed immediately, the pressure's on them.
Yeah, but think about it this way too, though. Is that kid ever since he fucking left Georgia, went to the fucking South Georgia, and then came back, he's been playing with a chip on his shoulder. Fucking beating everybody in fucking college football, you name it. He's beat them all. Every quarterback, any quarterback you can think from the SEC, he's beat.
Mm-hmm.
You can't deny that. He's destroyed every single quarterback. He's out-dueled them. Fucking won national titles. All these people are saying, "Oh, Michigan's gonna do this." Where the fuck is Michigan? Where's Harbaugh? Didn't do jack shit. Ohio State, they shit the bed in their own fucking stadium against Michigan. Literally, I mean, come on.
One thing I would say,
these guys are so good. They're not. They're not that good. I don't know why these people keep thinking they're this good. I don't get it. I don't see it.
I think you're a little one-sided because of
I'm a Georgia fan. Yeah, exactly.
You can't accurately judge them being. That would be like me going over how good X, Y, Z player was that I'm a huge fan of.
I thought you were going to bring your Aggies in. I was about to laugh.
Well, no, our season this past season was garbage. There's no doubt about that. I mean, the whole Jimbo mess.
When you get rid of Jimbo Fisher, then maybe talk about that.
Well, I haven't completely given up on Jimbo. I've paid very close attention to the team that he's put together. I haven't given up complete faith yet, but that's a whole different discussion. But what I am saying is, like I said, I know Bennett's your boy, but
but I'm just saying when people are putting fucking Hendon Hooker and fucking oh god, who's the Kentucky quarterback? Will Levis. And it's like, are you fucking serious? Sets him beat them fucking with double digits. Are you fucking kidding me?
He didn't beat them. Georgia did.
He's the fucking head of it. He's the head. When you think of quarterback, who's fucking the head of it? It's the quarterback.
Right, but like I said, you're not drafting the entire team. You're drafting individuals.
Well, I mean, if you really look at it, a lot of those dogs are in this draft. A lot of them. Look down the list of how many Georgia players are actually in this fucking draft. Yeah.
But I still say Alabama, as much as I hate to give Nick Saban any credit whatsoever.
He can suck my dick. How about that?
He produces a better pro-style player than even Kirby Smart does.
Yeah, right.
He does. No, the facts are there. Go look at it. Go look at who's been drafted and who was more successful. This is the standard.
Can't stop.
This is the standard that you have to go by. Just because Kirby Smart puts an amazing college team together and he has figured out a scenario to win 2 national titles back to back, that does not mean he produces good pro talent. I mean, hell, there's been a many college teams or college players that played on college teams that were just immaculate that never amounted to a hill of beans because why? They weren't cut out for the pro game.
I don't know. I still think people need to just, I don't know. Everything I keep hearing, it's just negativity, this, negativity, that. It's just like.
I don't think it's negativity. I think yes, some of them maybe because they're not Georgia fans, but I think
they hate Georgia.
There's not much Georgia hate out there. I mean, people hate Alabama more than they hate Georgia.
Look at Curb Street.
Okay, Herb Street's an idiot. Nobody listens to him.
He sure likes to suck fucking Nick Saban's dick all the time. He always has his dick down his throat. Are you kidding me?
There's a reason why, because Alabama's been winning for the last decade. Georgia's new guy on the block. You know what I mean?
Well,
so, I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, when it comes to Bennett, I think he's been pretty fairly accurately judged. I really,
like I said, we're like with Tom Brady again. Fucking look what happened to him. So
it
could be.
That's the problem with the Tom Brady example. Is you can say that about anybody. I mean, you can't use that as the standard because Tom Brady is
what
at least modern day. modern day, probably the best modern day quarterback. I mean, or not just quarterback, but player all around. But,
well, think about it. He's the greatest quarterback of all time, and I hate to fucking say it, but he's the GOAT of fucking football.
Stetson Bennett, I don't think he becomes a Brady. I don't see that. Is it possible? Sure. Anything's possible. But, I think he probably I think Bennett probably plays in the league for a few years, does well, and then he goes back to Georgia and he's a celebrity there, much like Johnny Manziel is in Texas A&M, or Vince Young in Austin, or whatever.
Hell, he's already a legend in fucking Athens. I mean, fuck, they have him and Kirby have a statue.
That's probably his future. He goes back to Georgia and he gets a quarterback coaching job or something of the sort.
Oh, I could see him being an assistant coach at Georgia. Hell yeah, I can see it.
He's not the next Joe Montana. I'll put it to you that way.
Well, I mean, Joe Montana isn't really the GOAT, so.
How
many titles does Montana have? I thought, 4, right? How many does Brady have? 7? What's greater, 7 or 4?
Once again, I'm not going off of just Super Bowls here.
That's what counts. Just like national titles, yes.
No, you have to look at the individual player.
I thought we were talking about as teams as whole, because you keep referencing Alabama like fucking God's green.
I'm talking about the Alabama system, not Alabama themselves, is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the Crimson Tide football team. I'm talking about the system that puts that football team on the field. That's a star-making football team. That's what I'm saying. If you want to compare Brady to Montana, yes, Brady was modern-day best quarterback. Overall, I still think Montana beats him. If you take both of them in their prime head-to-head, Montana beats Brady every time. And like I said, I don't like complimenting the Niners anything, but that's reality.
Well, I mean, what do you think the Raiders are really going to do with Jimmy G? He's going to fucking break his ankle or something again. Yet again, what? You going to put Brian Hoyer in there? Hoyer fuck is he ain't going to do jack shit. So who the fuck do the Raiders have? Nobody. That's why I said they need to draft Stetson.
If the Raiders were to draft Stetson Bennett and start him immediately, they're going to get him killed.
They're not going to start him. I didn't say start him. I never said that. I said literally, if that happens, that something happens to Jimmy G, something happens to Hoyer, who the fuck are they going to put in there? Stetson Bennett. Why the fuck not? He's learning. Like you said, have him sit under the learning tree and learn. Jimmy G, people say is fucking a good quarterback. I don't really know. I haven't really watched him play.
Jimmy G's solid. Jimmy G's a solid quarterback.
Besides being injured.
If he hadn't, it's football. Injuries happen. That's part of the game. You got to deal with it. If Jimmy G had not, I still believe the 49ers would have gotten as far as they did if Jimmy G had played whatever. But, it is what it is. Like I said, there's a lot of what ifs and who knows with this thing. But like I said, I think Bennett, he has a respectable career, probably a career backup, maybe trade bait for somebody down the line. He has a respectable career. Then he goes back to Georgia, and like I said, he opens up a restaurant or a used car dealership. That's what all these football players do.
Okay, that's what you want to believe. Hey, it's your opinion. All I'm saying is,
I got no bones with it. I got no.
The minute he gets drafted, right? But what I'm saying, the minute he gets drafted, I guarantee you the NFL will be put on fucking notice, just like Brady put the NFL on notice.
Well, the problem is a lot of times when, like, Texas bringing up, like, you don't want to be being the number one draft pick sounds great, but
nobody said I want him to be number one draft pick. I'm talking about at least the top 10. Come on.
He's not going to, dude. He couldn't pay his way for a top 10 pick. There's a lot of talent coming out of this
the national titles shouldn't matter for nothing then. National titles shouldn't mean shit.
The national title, it matters, but he's a part of that team. like I said, unless you're drafting the entire Georgia Bulldogs, then that's a moot point.
Last time I checked, there's like 11 or 12 dogs that are getting drafted this year. That's a good portion of the team.
And I guarantee you those Georgia defensive players are a lot more valuable than Stetson Bennett is. Because like you said, Kirby Smart, he knows how to put a defense together.
Well, if I believe correctly, it's 6 and 6. It's 6 offense and 6 defense that are getting drafted this year. So
and
that's
I'd be willing to. And I would say that those defensive players go before the offensive ones.
Well,
I mean, you yourself said, that defense carried them to a championship, right?
Yeah, I mean, look at last year.
If that's the case, then you got to go with that logic.
I mean, literally, look at fucking last year's draft when the Eagles, their first draft pick was Jordan Davis, and I believe he was 4th overall because the Lions picked at number 1 or 2 and got Aiden Hutchinson. Hutchinson's a good player, but he's not a fucking Jordan Davis.
Well, all I know is there's a lot of quarterbacks. Like I said, there's like 10 or 11 actual good ones in this year's draft. And unfortunately for Bennett, he's kind of got that Troy Aikman syndrome of, you could plug somebody else in that same Georgia spot and you get the same result. And, whether it's fair or not, that's the way it is. And I don't think anybody's disrespecting him by saying he's not a top 10 pick. I think that's more of anybody who's a fan of his taking that approach. I don't look at that as disrespect. Even if Bennett looks at that as disrespect, that's just because he's in the spot. I think it's being more realistic. Like I said, even with Devin Akane, my running back from my Aggies, the dude's an all SEC player. I mean, he was considered for a Heisman. This dude is solid, but I know he ain't going the first round. I mean, going second round is being idealistic with him. You know what I'm saying? So, when these players go into the draft, a lot of things get thrown out with the wash, and unfortunately, Bennett's going to have to deal with that.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying, fucking everybody just keeps sleeping on him. That's all. And eventually, like I said, it's probably going to be the same thing like how it happened with Tom Brady. You kept fucking pissing him off, and look what the fuck he did. He reigned so much, 20 years of havoc on the NFL. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but how many Tom Brady's were there going to be? Tom Brady is a once-in-a-generation talent.
And but you don't know that about Stetson Bennett. It could be the same thing. You don't know. Brady literally came to fucking out of Michigan and got drafted to the Patriots, and he was a fucking tall, skinny fucking bean.
Yeah,
and fucking look what happened.
A strong team around him. I mean,
well, let's be honest, Casey. There was cheating involved in those scandals too.
Every one of them cheat. Now, every NFL team cheats, and some don't get caught.
Well, I'm talking about in the modern era, though. Let's be honest. They got caught cheating. The Patriots are known as cheaters for a reason.
Yeah, but the whole thing, the Flakegate, the Spygate,
Tuck rule.
Like I said, that's my biggest problem with. Oh well, Tom Brady did blah blah blah. And we need to stop comparing every player that gets shunned to Tom Brady because guess what? He's Tom Brady for a reason. I mean, Stetson Bennett could be the next Brady. I mean, any player has that potential to be the next, Brett Favre, Dan Marino, Troy Aikman, Steve Young. They all have that potential. But what's the reality of it?
Look at the narrative, the storyline narrative that they keep fucking doing with this whole Patrick Mahomes bullshit. I mean, seriously. They're trying to prop him up to be some fucking great quarterback. They really are. If you really pay attention to the storyline, they're fucking trying to do that all the fucking time.
It's hard to argue against Patrick Mahomes. I will say that. And I'm not a Mahomes
I hate him, dude. I think he's fucking.
Dude, you hate him because you're a Raider and he's a Chief. Be honest here. You know what I'm saying? But give the man his due. if you were to tell me that you wouldn't love it if he put on a Raiders jersey,
No,
you
not
wouldn't
really.
be jacked to the gill.
No,
Bullshit.
no,
You are.
no, not
full.
really. I don't like Patrick Mahomes. I never liked him in college. I don't like him. I didn't think he was good. I'd rather take Alex Smith over fucking him. Okay. Hey, I'll take that. I don't like Mahomes. Oh wow, because he's a biracial fucking kid that fucking.
Who gives a shit, dude?
That's what the NFL is trying to do, man. They're fucking.
Okay, but who? That has no bearing. I would be happy as a clam to see him put a Cowboy jersey on and start winning those Super Bowls. I wouldn't give a crap. I don't care.
And then you have Walrus over here eating cheeseburgers and shit. Like, really? Are you fucking kidding me?
He can put his Patrick Mahomes can fuck a tree stump live on television as long as he's winning the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowls. I'm good with it. I'm gonna be happy with his life choice. I don't care. I'm sorry, maybe I'm just not a sellout and I don't care. No. See, I'm not being a sellout either because I love my team enough. Hey, whatever I have to deal with to win, I'm willing to do. I don't give a. I didn't like Des Bryant. I didn't like Zeke. I mean, there's been a number of these Cowboys that, you know what, not a fan of you, but if you make my team win, I'll be happy. This isn't a personality. We're not voting for Mr. America. I mean, really. I mean, he's the definition of a cowgirl. He's not a cowboy. He's a cowgirl. Well, like I said, insults, say whatever you want. It's fine. I don't. Hey, he does it to himself. I don't need to insult him. What I'm saying is, you would be a fool if, even as a Raider fan, if tomorrow ESPN came out and said, "Oh well, in a crazy shock of events, the Las Vegas Raiders trade for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs get blah blah blah, draft picks and la-di-das and whatever." If you didn't applaud that for happening, you would be crazy. I was being sarcastic. I know. As in, no, I'm talking about TSS in the chat. I was being sarcastic. I was being an asshole. Because I don't like the Chiefs in general. If the Chiefs got into a fucking plane crash tomorrow, I wouldn't fucking care. I'd probably piss on all their graves. Well, anybody who's a hardcore NFL fan, we all have the teams that we hate because that's what makes the game great. I can't stand the Redskins and the Eagles and the Giants. I'd rather pluck out my nose hairs than watch one of their football games. But if Jalen Hurts were to put on a Cowboys jersey, guess what? Now I'm a Jalen Hurts fan, buddy. See, I like Jalen Hurts. I think he's a good fucking quarterback. Because I want my team winning the Super Bowl. And whatever it takes for my team to win, I'm down with. I don't care who the coach is. I don't care who the GM is. I want to see my team holding up that Super Bowl trophy. That's all I care about. Yeah, but the Raiders are never going to win anything because literally they have the offensive coach for fucking the Patriots that wasn't any good, and Clown McDaniels.
Well, I don't think Cowboys will ever win another Super Bowl until Jerry Jones dies or retires because Jerry Jones is just like Vince McMahon or Al Davis. As long as he's above ground, he's gonna have control. Yeah, but Al Davis at least fucking embodied the Raiders. Fucking Mark Davis, he's just Look at what the last 20 years of Al Davis owning that. So he still was a rebel in fucking everything he did. That's why the Raiders are the most hated team in the NFL, besides the Patriots. Well, I don't think Raiders were. I don't think they're the most hated team. I think they're the most team, right along with Cleveland and all the other little teams that nobody gives a crap about. I mean, when I think Raiders, I don't think hated. I think irrelevant for the last, much like Dallas for the last good while. You know what I mean? At least 40 years. I mean, literally, it's the 40th anniversary of Super Bowl 18 when the Raiders won the last Super Bowl. One thing I will give the Raiders is they have a very passionate fan base. I mean, there's nothing like the Raider Nation. I mean, there is no other team fan base like look at
what's something comparable here? Freaking what's their face? The freaking the Juggalos, the Insane Clown Posse.
Oh
guys.
yeah, Juggalos. Yeah,
That's a very similar. It's a very similar fan base in the way of they are diehard, passionate, but they're
Why
not.
do you think it puts 2 and 2 with me? I mean, really.
I didn't know you were a Jug. I don't know. What,
dude, I have tattoos. Are you kidding me?
I haven't seen your tattoo. I don't. Whatever. What I'm saying is the Juggalo fan base is very similar, and not just because of the Raider face paint, but in their dedication to that fan base is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're not going to win any Super Bowls. I mean, like, you know, when you've got the Chiefs in your own division, you're screwed. You're not going to win anything. It is what it is.
Until the Chiefs start sucking again.
Right. I mean, it's just like my problem with the Eagles. The Cowboys ain't going to win Jack Diddley squad as long as the Eagles are as good as they are right now. It's the same problem.
I'm not agree with TSS on this. The Eagles fan base is the most toxic fan base.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That is 100%. Philadelphia Eagle fans are the worst fans on the planet of any.
Oh yeah, I agree with you guys. Like, think about it. Look who their fucking one of their mascots is. It's fucking Eat That Pussy 444, a fucking known pedophile, and that's fucking Philadelphia's. Well,
there's
true.
Only twice in my life have I gotten into a fist fight at a Cowboy game, and both of those games, one of them was against the Redskins, and the other one's against the Eagles. Because they're fans, I almost got arrested at Cowboy Stadium.
I don't understand why. It's just football. Who fucking cares? Enjoy it. I mean, I guess I'm not as passionate as a football fan as I am a hockey fan. I mean,
it was the situation that happened. Like I said, it was a stupid drunken haze fight. Yes, it was fighting over football. I agree, but literally.
See, I agree with TSS. TSS, I agree with it. I'm more thinking of the 80s Raiders when they were the fucking Hells Angels Raiders that fucking people did not want to be fucked. You do not fuck with that team because they would probably kill you. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, I could, okay, like, if you gave me Cowboy season tickets to not just home games but road games, and one of those sets of tickets were to the Oakland Coliseum, I'm going to give those away for free. There ain't no way I'm going to that stadium.
Yeah, Tex will get probably fucking killed in there because you can't bring guns in there. You can't, you know.
If you think I need guns
anywhere,
if you think I need guns to defend myself, you're ignorant. But besides that,
I didn't say that. I'm just saying in general. Like I've been there many a times. It's a scary environment.
That stadium. Anytime I've ever seen that stadium, I get a hint of piss smell in my nose. That's just what it reminds me of. It just looks like.
Oh, okay. And just like if you go to Dallas, it's a big fucking toilet bowl. Your fucking point being.
Are you kidding me?
It's a fucking world. Yeah, it's a fucking gay bar. That's what it says on that sign.
That's just the jealousy Raiders fan coming out. That's all.
I could care less. I mean, that dwarf star. Who really cares? I mean, I'd rather have a pirate logo than a fucking dwarf star.
A dwarf star?
You realize that's the Lone Star, not right?
It's the dwarf star.
Yeah, and yours is a one-eyed.
I'll take a pirate. I don't care.
Likes to swab the poop deck. So keep going with that.
That's okay. At least it's not a dwarf star.
No, you're just a homosexual poop swabbing bandit. But hey, rock on, dude.
I don't care. At least we have cool colors. We don't have the fucking every other team's the same colors. Yeah, silver and
black.
Dude, we're silver and black. Are you kidding me? Silver and black.
Get any more plain than that? Come on.
No, that's actually
do something.
No, why? You don't need color.
I don't get it. Like I said, I can respect the Raiders fans' dedication because Cowboy fans have a very similar hardcore fan base. You're either a Cowboys fan or you're not. There's no, they're okay. You don't get that with that team. I understand.
Oh, you either love them or you hate them.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. There's no, yeah, they're not my favorite team, but I cheer for them. No, you're either down with the silver and blue, or you want to see it burn. That's just kind of how it goes. But I if I were if I would not want to be drafted to the Raiders if I was being in the NFL draft. I will say that.
Well, I'd rather be drafted to the Raiders than the Browns. I mean, you'll never see a Super Bowl.
Dude, I would rather play JV flag football than play for the Cleveland Browns. But that's a different situation. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the draft this week. It's always a fun time. I've missed football. I really and truly have. I've missed college football more than anything. But at this point,
you got the XFL.
The XFL, I don't know. It just ended. I know the USFL is going. I watched it the other day. It's good, but it's not college or NFL. I don't know. It's different. I'm just used to it.
I haven't watched one game yet. I have no clue.
Man, it'd be a shocker.
Wait, are you talking about the XFL or the USFL?
USFL.
I haven't watched
XFL
either.
just ended. It just
I
ended.
haven't watched either.
The USFL is all right. It's it's kind of like the B League or the whatever, but it's still football.
The only thing I know about the USFL is that the fucking Michigan Panthers are playing at Ford Field. That's the only thing I know.
I don't know. I just, like I said, when it comes to the NFL, the draft is always fun. Doing the fantasy football league stuff is always entertaining. I always like that. It's just, I don't know. I come from football culture. It is what it is.
I think agent should join you guys on, isn't there an open forum?
I don't know if Frank's doing an open forum or not. I haven't had that discussion with him, but we'll see. I don't know.
Casey, we could do one.
Go ahead, rock on.
We should. Come on, man. Let's do a fucking one. Put your money where your mouth is.
Well, I'm saying that the reason.
Let's do a fucking run up against these two. I know we can get more views. Come on.
No, it's not. No, I'd rather promote Frank for this.
Hey, I welcome the competition. It's cool.
What's wrong with competition, Casey?
I've been a lax NFL fan for the last few years.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't see Casey doing. Okay, let's practice here, Casey. What are your thoughts on this year's draft situation with the quarterbacks? What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know who's coming up.
Casey doesn't know anything. He's just hearing hearsay from us.
Okay, well, this is what I'm saying. I'm trying to help him to prepare. This is a mock draft show for Casey. Trying to help carry a little bit is what I'm doing.
I had fun with the fantasy league, but I'm willing to give my spot up if someone else wants to be in there.
Is it, Casey? Is it fair to me? Okay. You know how I am with wrestling. I keep up with it mainly because a lot of my friends do, and it's a very casual thing. Is that how you are with football?
Yeah, I want to watch it. It's just, I've been so burned from the Cowboys for decades. I just can't.
Right. See, even your own man's over here saying that fucking he's burnt out from watching those shitty ass cowgirls. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I never disagreed with that.
And the only person you else have is the fucking Drew and fucking Mikkel, right? So and Drew he probably doesn't.
Who's won a Super Bowl more recent, Cowboys or Raiders? Go ahead, I'll wait for your answer.
Oh wow, 1995 to 83. Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? I guarantee you. I don't fucking care. I'm just saying, your man's over here saying he's fucking burnt out from the team. I'm still fucking living from the team.
That's fine. That's fine.
Why do you have to bring up Super Bowls? Literally fucking.
It's not only just that.
It's the last time you'll ever see a Super Bowl. Your point being?
Well, I'm just saying I'm burnt out, but not only because of that. It's they keep changing shit up where like I can understand it being more safe, not being more safe for the
Pussified. Pussified.
But yeah, it's not like it used to be. Now it feels like you said,
The NFL is for a bunch of pussies, right, Casey?
I'll say this.
Well, today's age, yes.
Okay, exactly.
Don't use Casey as a example. He's
Fine,
not
he
a
can make his own opinion, but he can make his own opinion.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you can't use him as the measuring stick. He's a Cowboy fan, yes, but he's not a diehard Cowboy fan.
Well, technically, he's a Jets
anymore.
and Cowboys fan.
I mean, I used to be a hardcore Cowboys fan, but I mean, I just kind of lost my passion for football.
Right.
That's understandable. You love video games more than anything.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. So Casey can't be used as a measuring stick of this is what a Cowboy fan. That's not an accurate statement.
What about Mikel? I mean, he's kind of the measuring stick for Cowboy fans all around.
I wouldn't even say that.
Oh, come on. That's like you see a Cowboys fan, it looks just like Mikel. So, I mean, literally.
No. Mikel is, no. When you go.
Only steers and queers are from Texas.
Yeah, and only a bunch of.
What? Come on, bring something up about Detroit. Well, because a bunch of gangbangers, black people shooting. Ooh, wow, ooh, fuck. I've heard that so many times.
See, I wasn't going anywhere with that.
Ooh, wow.
See, I wasn't going anywhere with that. You said that, not me.
Well, I was waiting for you to throw something else, something idiotic. So come on.
Well, what's more idiotic than? Well, hang on a minute. What's more idiotic than? Only steers and queers come from Texas. Okay, yeah, that joke hasn't been said 855 million times.
But oh wait. Here's one for Detroit. Your city went bankrupt. Oh wow, whoop-de-fucking-do. So did the whole country. The fucking recession. Your point being?
See, I don't have to insult Detroit. You're doing it for me. This is awesome.
I don't because I know my city. Your fucking point being, I'm not afraid of being where I'm from.
See,
I don't fucking care. I'm from the Motor City.
Defensive about this.
I'm not either. I'm just saying. Fucking. If this was not me and say this was my big brother talking to you, he would put you on fucking blast. I mean, I'm being friendly. Literally. If I actually had my buddy on here, he would fucking call you out on your shit faster than fucking me, okay? And he's fucking way fucking out there.
Yeah. Does he want a cookie? Well, man,
I wouldn't say that to his face though, Tex. I'm serious, dude. You're talking about somebody that actually has brawled that center ice and has actually beat the fucking shit out of multiple people.
I'm talking
hundreds of people.
I'm not.
Oh, what? You're scared of T-Mac?
I didn't even bring him up. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm talking about. Who the fuck are you talking about? You're talking shit about Detroit. You said that to him.
No, I never said Detroit. You did. I'm waiting
for you to talk shit. I'm waiting for you to talk shit. You've been talking shit all night, so I'm just like.
No, I'm not talking shit. I'm talking about breakdowns of drafts. You're the ones who've been defensive all night.
Because you just keep fucking running Stetson Bennett down like fucking he's fucking.
How I have given the man just as many nods of credit as I have fair. Okay, you take me knocking him down. What I'm actually doing is looking at him through a outside of the box lens in the scope of the other NFL quarterbacks that are within this draft. That's what I'm actually doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at him as if I'm a NFL GM and I have 8 quarterbacks on here. Which one fits me the best and what do they have to offer?
I don't care, dude. Football is fucking lame right now. I don't fucking care. I don't. I'm just here talking with you guys. I fucking care less. Right. I got the hockey. I got Stanley Cup playoffs going on.
Right. Then go talk about hockey. I'm talking about football. I'm talking
a bunch of guys that grab each other's asses and slap each other's asses. Yeah.
Well, then if that's how you feel, I don't want to see you wearing a football jersey again. That's all I'm saying. Boy,
That's fine. I'll wear my fucking red and white with my wing
wear
wheel.
your
That's
hockeys
fine.
and pretend that they don't have.
At least hockey is a real
pretend
man
that they
sport.
don't.
It's not fucking
Hey, half of
some
them have
mongoloids on
Frenchy
the
and
fucking
Canadian
football.
names. You think what you need to. That's
You
all.
think you know nothing about hockey? You think fucking
Right,
NFL
like-
is the greatest football, is the greatest fucking league of all
I
time?
never said
Sorry
that.
to tell you,
I never
the
said
NHL
that.
has been around longer than the fucking NFL has ever been around. Okay,
Why are we talking hockey? I'm talking football.
I'm talking fucking. You don't understand. Never mind. Casey, I'll see you later, buddy.
Don't come on, man.
Well, I don't
what-
want
you
to
know-
talk about it, so why do I care, man? I mean,
Well,
fuck, I literally was on mute for like an hour and a
I
half.
thought we were having a sports discussion. I thought that's what we were
What the
doing.
fuck do you want to talk about?
I was talking about
The
your
same
boy
shit we
Bennett.
keep running around. What the fuck? You've already said it, dude. Like, fucking what? The fuck?
AJ, come on, man.
What? Dude,
There's no reason to get upset. We're just hanging
I'm
out.
not
man.
getting upset, dude. I'm tired. I've been hurting all day. I've fucking put 12
Okay,
hours
well,
in.
I
What the
I hate
fuck
to
do
see
you want
that
me to
if you're-
say? What the fuck do you want me to say? I have no drugs in me, no fucking alcohol in me. I'm fucking...
I thought we
doing
were just
sober.
having a boys discussion about sports, and it went
Okay,
weird.
but what the
for- I
fuck
don't
do
know why.
you... Like, what the fuck do you want me to say? I mean...
I don't
know.
You don't say anything you don't want to, man. I mean, that's cool. You know what I mean? There's no pressure here. It's all good.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean,
Dude, it's okay. Don't worry about
I
it.
think maybe you got a little hot under the collar because I wasn't gung ho for Bennett. Maybe that was it. And that's
no,
fine.
I could care less, man. I really could care less. But
I'm just voicing my opinion as
it's
everybody
fine.
else
Go
does.
right the fuck ahead. I don't care. If whatever happens, happens. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm just a fan of him, and I think he deserves
That's
better than
cool.
what fucking people think.
I'm glad, dude. Like I said, I'm glad you are. I mean, like I said, we're all passionate about something. I mean, if you're passionate about Bennett and his football, that's awesome. I mean, hell, dude, I'm a fucking hardcore Johnny Manziel fan. Do you know how embarrassing that shit is? I'm way worse off than you are.
Fair,
At least
I really didn't know who Johnny Manziel was until he came to the NFL.
Right. That's my point. He was a NCAA Heisman winning quarterback from Texas A&M that went bust up in the fucking league. This is what I'm talking about.
Look at Sam
I'm
Bradford,
relating.
who came from Oklahoma. I think he even won the Heisman Trophy. And yeah, I think he went to the Rams for a while, and he just floundered.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
and you don't see shit from him. I mean,
right.
so I'm just kind of hoping your guy don't show up to a shitty team where.
Yeah, like I said, earlier, whenever I said, would it not be better for him to go to a team where he doesn't get thrown to the wolves immediately and has a chance to do something? That's me rooting for him. You know that, right?
Yeah, but I rather see him fucking ball out and prove everybody wrong.
And if that works out for him, that's great. I hope he goes to a team and succeed, as I do as all of them. There's no individual players I wish failure upon. I don't like that. That's ugly. But if I were him, I know, and to have a beneficial, especially, I mean, let's be honest, they play football for the money. That's the whole.
It's not about the passion of the game no more. It's about fucking being paid.
So if it's me and I have the option of, hey, if I can go be a backup quarterback to Aaron Rodgers at the Jets, and let's say they go win a Super Bowl, guess what? I'm technically a Super Bowl winning quarterback, am I not? I still get a big paycheck, and I don't have to get beat to hell and have CTE for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? So,
right,
like I said,
I'm saying is
not saying. Go ahead.
No, what you're saying is like you're sitting there saying, you rather him sit behind it, okay? But like how Casey even said, and me, we both agreed that the NFL has become a pussified fucking league.
Well, there's no argument for that, of course.
That's why I'm saying it's like, well, then what is the fucking point of fucking watching NFL football if they're just gonna fucking cry and they're overpaid fucking players that don't deserve the kind of money they're getting paid. I'm sorry. Fucking, I've seen more NHL players get fucking hurt in fucking way worse injuries than these fucking overpaid pussies, man.
And they're not getting paid as much.
Oh, dude, fucking NHL players are lucky if they get paid fucking $5 to $7 million. You know how much these fucking rookies get paid? In the tens of millions of dollars in their rookie contract.
They're not getting that in a rookie
Okay, fine,
contract.
maybe fucking $5 million, but still, we're talking about.
I think like the league minimum is what, like $100,000 or something like that.
Yeah, they're not making millions on that rookie contract. I mean, they may get some endorsement deal or something, but just based off of the rookie contract, they're not making millions. That's not how it goes.
Maybe $1 million. It depends their contract and if they feel like they're going to be a franchise player. Where
it's obvious you're the hockey guy, and I'm happy you're the hockey guy. I mean, if we were all the same, it would be boring. I'm not dogging Bennett or any. I never mentioned Detroit. I didn't mention any of those things. I don't know where that came from.
Because I was waiting for you just to fucking say some shit. Because I know you always bring up Detroit and you say it's a fucking shithole. Okay, if you haven't been to my city, right? What I'm saying is, if you haven't been to my city, you can't say shit. You can't say shit. Okay, but how often do I rag on Casey for
Oklahoma's a shithole and he just laughs off?
No, I say Casey lives in the middle of fucking a dust bowl because that's where he lives, is in the fucking dust bowl.
Right. It's nothing more than it's. Dude, I'm not insulting. Don't take any of this as personal. None of
I'm not. I could give a fuck less, dude.
Like I said, if that's how you feel about football, then don't watch. That's awesome. That's cool. It's not for everybody. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and play 15 video games in a row because that's Casey's thing.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I'd rather read the damn phone book at a certain point. But none of this is. I just want to clarify. None of this is a personal attack. I mean, it sounds like you've had a rough day, and I hope it gets better. But,
dude, I've had a rough day all day. Literally, I've had fucking the horriblest day, and then luckily at the fucking end, I fucking found $20 on the ground, which was fucking the positive. So fucking Jesus does exist. There is faith.
AJ, can I borrow that $20?
Fuck no, dude. That's going in my fucking tank. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, I just wanted to ask. I mean,
fuck no, dude. I gotta go back to work tomorrow.
I said, it just sounds like you've had a rough day and you just needed.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm fucking in pain. When you work 12 hours a day, man, fucking,
dude,
you hurt.
I fucking get it. I understand, but like I said, none of these were personal attacks. I mean, I'm not the only one that talks shit
if it was or wasn't, brother. I don't care.
Just clarify. That's all I'm doing.
I don't care. It doesn't hurt I don't care. I don't. I'm just here because I came to show up, and it's my obligation. So I mean,
it's okay, bro. Don't worry about it, man.
No, you didn't have to. If you didn't want to come on, you didn't have to. I mean, nobody's.
I'm obligated.
No, you're not.
No,
yeah, I am.
You didn't sign no damn contract and you ain't making no money here. You ain't obligated to shit.
Well, I mean, we didn't even have to do this tonight.
No, this was because we were all bullshitting in a DM and we decided to just fucking talk about it. That's all that fucking was. This ain't, hell, even fucking Wednesday and Friday. There ain't nothing official about Wednesday and Friday. It's just a fucking show that.
Jesus Christ, there's a new fucking Fast and the Furious movie coming out. God awful. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Are you shocked?
They're also writing 11 right now too.
Oh God.
This is called Fast X, and they have fucking that Jason Momoa guy in it. Are you fucking kidding me?
He's a big movie star. That's what that franchise does. They whoever's hot at
the
the
Rice
moment,
Burner movies to death already. The fucking these tuner cars and fucking Rice Burner fucking fad died in the fucking early 2000s. Okay, they need to stop with this shit.
I enjoy them. I like the Fast and Furious movies.
I like the first one, and that's it.
Well, I like the second one too, but
They're fun popcorn movies.
TSS says at least the next Fast film will be the last.
And out there working on 11. That's what Tex said.
Yeah, they're writing 11 now.
Even though 10 is now in production, right?
10's been done dude. The trailer's already been out.
Well, I don't know. Dude, I have barely time to fucking go on the internet. Like, you guys have more time on your hands than I do. Like, fuck.
No, that trailer came out months ago. I mean, or maybe not much, maybe like a month ago or something. I don't know exactly, but
he's saying Fast 11 will be the last.
Oh, well, that may be true. I don't know, but
unless they make like $1 billion, then like, hey, why stop there?
Well, I mean, how many times has it been the final chapter in a franchise, and then the franchise movies will continue to be made because there's always an audience for them, whether it's Fast and Furious, insert random horror movie, superhero movie, whatever.
They've all been ran through the wash way too many times.
The reason why they keep getting made is because there's a built-in fan base, and these people know hey, if we make a 15th Halloween movie with Michael Myers in it, there's a built-in audience that they're going to come pay to see our film. It's a guaranteed way to make money.
Like like right now they're making the next Ghostbuster movie.
Right. So, Casey and Rose were talking about Mario last night.
Yeah, how was that, Casey?
Mario made $1 cajillion? You don't think that they're not planning out 2 or 3 or 4 movies ahead of time?
I need to know about that, Casey. How was that movie? Like, how was yours and the Rose's date on that? I'm just curious. Like, can you go in detail what you guys did? Like, I know you guys went to the movie. Well, did you guys have dinner?
You can't kiss and tell.
Well, you said you were the big spoon. He was a little spoon. So I'm just curious. You said it.
I did the whole popcorn with the hole in the...
So you put your dick in there and he fucking whacked you off. Is that what you're saying?
Well, the problem was the popcorn was so hot and the butter burnt me, so I had to retreat.
But luckily for Casey, his joint's so small that it was only minor burns. He didn't have to worry about much.
So you turtled.
Well, I turtled after how hot the butter was.
Casey's dick is so small he could put it in a Milk Duds carton. That's how small it is.
Did you say a Milk Dud?
In a Milk Dud carton.
Oh, yes. Goddamn, Casey. Yes. Like, do you gotta fucking get a magnifying to find that shit?
I mean, the only time I ever got to complain is when
I think Melissa pushed you over that one time, but I mean, can we be really honest with her? I mean,
well, all I know is,
but that's not what we're talking. We're talking about Mario. Now, what did you think of that movie?
Yeah.
What did you think of that movie, Casey? Honest.
Oh, it's great. I really enjoyed it. I get the Rose thinks it was a little too short, but I gave it about 7.5. It was a really good video game movie.
Now, could you see yourself dressing up as Mario for Halloween? Because you know it's going to be a big costume.
It's already, dude. At Spirit Halloween this past year, they had an entire section of Mario stuff. It's already a thing. It's been a thing.
Casey, you need to dress up as Mario for Halloween.
Mikkel's trying to come in, like he's having.
Well, the show can't be more derailed and fucked up more than it already is. So bring in the fucking clown.
Well, I'm ready to wrap it up for the night.
I think Casey's about to tuck her out.
Yeah, I'm getting sleepy. So,
but I do agree with Danny Elias here, though, that Luigi's Mansion is going to be. I think that's the next movie. I think
they definitely need a Luigi's Mansion.
I think they gave Luigi so little to do in this film, they make up with it by doing a Luigi-based story next time. It only makes sense.
Kind of cool. I wouldn't mind that, and honestly, I would be down for a Zelda one.
Or they make the next movie about Yoshi because that was the post-credit scene, and maybe they spin off into a Luigi Mansion or something.
When are we getting a Kirby movie? That's what I want to know. When are we getting Kirby?
Kirby
is so underrated.
There's going to be a lot. Nintendo's, I guarantee you, they're going to open the floodgates with their IPs.
Or what about
you're going to see
Super Smash Bros?
Especially after Illumination did very well with this one.
I would say something like a Super Smash Brothers would be like an Avengers level type movie but you can't do that movie until you have 3 or 4 existing movies already. So you got to build up to that.
I do feel like how Nintendo loves to release Kirby games. I wouldn't doubt they'll be up for a Kirby movie. But
anything's up in play now. I mean, from Star Fox to Donkey. They're going to do a Donkey Kong movie as well. That's coming.
Casey, comment.
What?
That's what TSS said.
Let's see.
There you go.
Down the road. Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. Like Nintendo they've got the Mario movie was very safe. It was it was entertaining, but it was a very safe movie to make.
Yeah.
They didn't take any big chances with it. This is the kind of movie that sets up an entire universe, is what this was. This was their Iron Man. This was their Man of Steel. This was their whatever. This was their opening to something much larger.
I think what they're going to do, honestly, they're going to do a Super Mario World movie because Yoshi was introduced in Super Mario World. So
This is true. I still can't believe you went to that one store today, or was it today, Casey, or yesterday? And it was fucking $400 for a box Super Mario World.
No, it's $600.
$600. Fuck that, man. I'm sorry. $600.
Dude, actually, I looked it up.
He died.
It's going for $700 plus, so he wasn't
Jesus
wrong.
Christ, man! Like,
and I thought that was because it was. I thought he looked it up wrong. Oh, let's see what he's. Welcome, Mikhail. Let's see what you showing off today.
Hey, guy.
Hey,
yo.
He's got Kyle Busch on his background from California.
Yeah.
That was when earlier this season when Kyle Busch won a California race.
Yeah, I couldn't find the Talladega one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my cousins went to that race, the Talladega race.
Yeah.
They know some fucking racer, and they got fucking tickets and shit. I don't know. It's like McLaren or some shit, or McLean or whatever. I don't fucking know.
I'm going to y'all bake it
for Make-A-Wish. Did you finally get the Make-A-Wish?
No,
it was a good race yesterday. It was fun. I liked it.
I've been to being a long time ago, but I have been to one that 1999. So I have been to. It's been a long time since I've seen one.
Mikhail, turn up your mic so we can hear you.
Yeah, you're very low.
Sorry. Hello?
Hello?
What, Timmy?
I don't think that he's low. He's not speaking well tonight. I think is what it is.
I'm tired, guys.
Well,
I
we're
can
about
tell
to
you're
wrap
tired,
it up.
Miguel.
We're about to wrap it
I
up anyways.
I'm
So
sorry, Casey, but
that's okay. You're fired.
You
That's
didn't
all
do
right.
nothing wrong with it.
when AJ told me you were going, I already have my already been ready to go. So I'm like, okay, KT don't go live on Monday. So what the fuck are you trying to the robbery bill now from me,
Casey,
KT?
reply.
Was he talking to me?
You was talking to you the whole time.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know I go live on Monday.
What?
Yeah.
Here, Raquel.
He says you
Raquel.
don't go live Monday.
We don't. We usually don't go
I
live
know.
Monday. Even
That's
deity is
why,
like, what the fuck did he say?
that's why I went live because I didn't know you were go live.
Where's the closed captions when you need it?
But you
You're
can't.
a fucking crack.
I'm sorry, Mikel. I can't understand you, bro. It's plus I'm tired. Everyone's tired, and
We're all
we're
tired and hurt, beat up,
yeah. So we
broken
really
down.
want to wrap it
I
up.
got,
Guess
I
what? We all have
got,
to do it. Well, most of us have to do it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
I got
You?
one comment.
One coming.
Put that new belt. Daniel, he don't
What?
need no
He
more
said, "Fuck that
belt.
new belt," and then he said something about the N words.
Oh, the N words.
You don't like that belt, Miguel? I think it looks all right. You don't like it?
I
Hey.
do, but there too many belt now. Belt like
You know what? I deleted all those pictures. I was like, we were done with this topic, so I deleted them all.
Well, so,
like,
Miguel, you wouldn't be happy if you won that belt at the Special Olympics?
yeah, I would, but do you guys get my point?
Jeez,
I
that
can
went
see
right
Casey
over.
versus McKell, Special Olympics winners. It's a shared title.
It sounds like someone's backing up. I hear a little beeping, like beep.
Yeah, who is backing up?
Backing up.
Yeah, it
I
sounds
hear
like
it. Or a smoke detector fucking going off.
if it's a smoke detector, it would
It
only
may,
go.
it may be my smoke detector. It was going off Thursday night. I had to go deal with it because the freaking batteries.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, we were in the middle, or not Thursday, Saturday when we were doing Cocaine Bear. Like, it just go beep, beep, beep. And that was so annoying. I had to, I had to deal with it. I don't know, it may be people again. I don't know.
It's not McKell's wheelchair, it's fucking his. I mean, he is 10 years
No, it's not Miguel's wheelchair. It's my house catching on fire. So it's all good.
But yeah, do you get my point? There too many belt. Why you need another belt? Why?
What? Miguel, I love you, buddy, but I didn't get none of that. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you.
There are too many belts.
He's saying
too many belts. Too many belts. Yes, I agree, Miguel. Too many belts. We said the same thing earlier. I agree completely.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and wrap it up for the night. We're gonna do Wednesday Night Nitro. You're not. No one's really going to have anything until then, really. I mean,
No.
if you do, go ahead.
Your show Wednesday, and then the draft show Thursday. I think that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We could put a bullet in this show, though.
yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Oh,
Deity
Click.
says too many N-words.
God.
Yeah, Mikkel, we need you to say it like at least 5 times. Come on, don't be such a pussy. Say
I
it.
don't understand.
What?
Oh, wow. See, everybody accuses me of being racist. He's the one throwing the N-word around over here.
But Mikkel is
That's
black,
bull
so
crap.
he's allowed to say it.
Well,
That
granted,
is true.
YouTube's not going to know what the fuck you said anyways.
Mikkel say Snickers.
McKell could have just gave you the cure for cancer and you wouldn't have understood it.
Oh, hell no.
Say
probably-
Snickers. Mikkel say Snickers.
Oh, dude.
Wouldn't that be fucked up if he did have like the cure for all diseases and
And nobody understood him. You know,
Yeah.
he tries to tell everybody. He's like, "I've got the cure for AIDS." It's so good. Blah, 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 blah. Like, what? Say there you go. He just told you how to cure gonorrhea right there is what he did. So you know.
Could you imagine if Mikkel was like the second coming of Jesus? And he was all like mongoloid form.
well, he does have the beard going on.
That would be something Jesus would do to see how people treated like a cripple.
The
or something.
handicap.
He'd come back
That's
as a cripple.
Yeah, no, like seriously, like think about it. What if Mikkel was like, because people say reincarnation. What if like
Well,
he actually was?
I've already made my deal with the other guy, so I don't have to worry about where I'm going. So it's all good.
Well,
So,
Deity, I think you're wrong. If he has the cure for his speech, wouldn't he cured it by now?
no,
I
I
that's
think
the
a
irony.
baseball bat
That's
to the
the-
back of the head.
That's the irony. If he has a cure for every other sickness besides his, like that's the irony. Like he can cure everything from the HER19 to the HIV, but he can't fix himself. Like that's,
What about
that's the irony.
what about Tex? What about the Caseyisms?
Well, no, Casey just needs a shovel to the back of the head to fix him. That's what we need to do over there.
But we
What?
can agree though, the Caseyisms are pretty fucking hilarious.
I like a good Caseyism. A Caseyism.
We need to
it's
get
one
a
of those-
shirt.
It's one of those things that even if I'm like pissed off, it will make me laugh. So I appreciate a Caseyism.
Like we need to make a shirt for Casey that has his face having a thumbs up says, "I have Caseyisms."
I mean, just listening to Casey enunciate is entertaining.
I love Casey. He cracks me up. That's why he's my little buddy.
Listening to Mikkel talk makes me want to rip my ears off, throw them down the toilet.
So, Mikkel, what's the cure for cancer while you're at it?
We're going to write this down.
But you, Casey.
I got ba, and you. That's what I got out of
I
that.
heard
Right?
"fuck you, Casey." That's what I heard.
How many ants do I put into this to cure AIDS? What do we need to do?
And what do we talk about bucks for? Now, how many? What point buck is this? Is this a 10-point buck?
I think Mikkel needs to go teach like a class at Harvard. Is what Mikkel needs to do.
I think he needs to be at a Sunday school, hung up on a cross.
No, we're going to take him to the baptismal pit and drown him in there. Send him back to God. We're going to be like, we're going to baptize this demon out of you if it is.
Did you say baptize?
Baptize.
Oh, I thought you said baptize.
The meth ties have already happened. That's why he's in the shape. So we're going to take him to the baptism. Yeah, we're going to take him to the baptism pit, hold him under till the bubbles stop, and he goes back to live with Jesus. That's what we're going to
Oh
do.
yeah, those bubbles when as all the demons that come in.
Yeah,
Stop.
that's how you know when that's how you know when the evil's gone, when the bubbles and stop coming up, and he quits fighting for air. When he quits fighting for air, he's fully saved. So yeah, works out.
But what about for Casey?
We're gonna have to baptize him in the ocean because that's gonna be a big tub. I mean, we're gonna need something.
That's a big bitch.
Well, I mean, if you notice, some of these churches, like some of their baptism tubs are damn near like a jacuzzi nowadays.
So what? You gonna go fucking bathe in a jacuzzi? Feel a little rubber ducky?
I was baptized in a river. We did it. But I came from an old country church. So.
Well, I had like a little freaking pedestal with a bowl of water. I was baptized.
To say,
wait,
you're
hold
Catholic.
on. I thought you were
Catholic.
Jewish.
So no, if you were baptized Catholic, you got sprinkled. You didn't get dipped.
Yeah, you got sprinkled. So, I got sprinkled.
Yeah,
I didn't get.
How old were you? How old were you when that happened?
Oh, so young, I can't remember. I only had pictures.
No,
see, that's the difference. That's the difference in Catholic baptism and I'm a Southern Baptist or like a Pentecostal. That's the kind of church that I grew up in. We don't baptize until the child has made the decision, and it's varying ages, anywhere from 10 to 18, somewhere in there.
I don't know. I've never really been to church.
Oh, Dee Dee.
If you're Catholic,
if I got raped, hold on. Are you saying if I didn't get raped, then I'm not Catholic?
I don't understand the whole religion thing. Like I believe in God and Jesus and all that, but I've never really been in a church. I've been in maybe once or twice.
I'm not I'm as lax Catholic as I am lax.
It's not like I am. I don't know how to react to it. Like death, I don't know how to react to it.
I grew up in church, but I'm one that I study from both sides. I know as much about the dark side as I do the light side. I like to know about all of it. So, that's more my way.
I'm still waiting for fucking Rabbi Casey to come on.
I'll put it to you this way. I could either cast a spell or say a prayer for you. I know both. I'll put it to you that way. So good.
Casey, are you ever going to bring in Rabbi Casey and not the illustration? We need the real Rabbi Casey. The whole thing.
I'll have to think of something.
Well, stop being Jewish and get the fucking costume.
A lax Catholic. Yeah, Casey's a lot. Well, considering how much he craps himself, he could be a laxative Catholic. That would actually fit.
It almost happened at work today.
Oh my God, Casey.
My stomach was upset, and I was I literally had to stop what I was doing and run to the bathroom.
You, my little buddy, you need to be careful where you shit or fart.
I'm careful.
No, I think Casey needs a butt plug to hold it in because he obviously has got a problem.
He's got a loose fucking asshole. I think Rose is the one that's banging him, not the other way around.
I think Casey's been reamed out like a washing machine.
I think Casey's got a loose asshole.
I just had a whole lot of shit that was about to come out. It was just, like about to pop. So I just literally had to drop what I was doing and run.
Have you considered the adult diapers just in case?
Depends.
Yeah.
I might have to.
I think you should. I think you should be.
Mikkel's wearing one right now. He's not ashamed.
No, I'm not.
Oh, quit lying. You know damn
Mikkel,
well.
I know you ain't house trained. Don't lie to me.
I'm trained.
Mikhail shits in the litter box.
So I was going to say, I bet Mikhail's got a litter box in the corner of his bedroom he does his business in. You know.
You know what was weird? My sister had this electronic litter box, and it looked like a fax machine, and it sounded like one too. Like anytime
Electronic litter
what?
box?
Yeah, it was a litter box, but it was an electronic one. What it does is it looked like a printer, and anytime the cat take a shit, you'll see it go.
What
Like
does it do?
Is it true, Mikhail? You shit in your toy
It
box?
just combs out the
No.
turd into a
Who said that?
little capsule.
I think Mikhail just shits wherever he is. Like when he just, he could be in the middle of the living room and gotta go, and he just drops trowel.
He's like, "Mommy, I did it again." I made
I mean, he drops a gigantic steamer right in the living room. Just
oh my god!
Well, I could say it.
Oh god! Jesus help us all.
All right, so
Oh, God.
let's go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. So you want to do the
Wrap
outro,
it
AJ?
From fucking Casey Ezra to me, to Tex to Mikkel. This has been Monday Night Impact, and this show needs to be put out to the pastor in his misery with a bolt in the back of its head. You have a good night, folks.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.